Hey.
Good afternoon, guys. We're back. It's Heroes on the Horizon.
I almost messed him up.
Broadcasting from the sunny and beautiful and scenic and goose-filled campus of Indiana University.
Most of those
Southeast
were just wrong descriptors entirely.
Oh, there's definitely a goose on campus.
There's definitely
There's
geese.
some pretty nice scenes here.
Listen. It's not beautiful. It may be sunny, but it's not warm, so that cancels itself out. It's gross.
I didn't say
it's
warm.
It's nasty.
Did I say
it's
warm?
It's horrible. It's disgusting.
Don't trash our campus, Levi.
And today,
this is how we get off topic. I bring a special guest on. I'm like,
and today
hey,
we're going to be.
Listen up.
And
you might get off topic. Maybe not. You never know. And then boom, 5 seconds in, we're off topic. Thank you, Levi.
And today we're going to be talking about a similarly gross, nasty, and
what?
disgusting.
Can you just leave now? We were doing so good, and you started on that.
I'm so proud of myself.
Anyway, thank y'all for listening to us, guys. And for our special episode today, we're talking about Batman, and we brought on our special guest, our Batman expert, Mr. Why don't you just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Maxwell Perry. What's up? Ready to talk about Batman and his family.
Sup?
I'm just so glad that I got
Maxwell.
to derail the show so early.
Oh, gosh. I go to Sullivan University. I went to Floyd Central with yours truly over there.
You don't need that information.
Oh, well, we didn't go to Floyd Central. Never mind. I'm in the culinary industry. I cook for a living. That's about as far as
a working man.
Yeah, very low-paid working man. Oh, I hope nobody I work with heard that.
What was that?
I'm a low paid. Never mind. Let's go.
You work at a nice restaurant. It's all good.
It's a very lovely restaurant. It's Milkwood. You guys should check it out. We're doing a Valentine's Day special on Thursday. Yay! But we're talking here.
$84 food.
Woo! Hey, I don't know if that's set in stone, but hey, that's reasonable for a core-style meal.
So, guys, we're talking about the Lesser Moon Knight today.
Yeah, Batman.
Can I leave? Can I leave now? Yeah. I'm already angry.
You're free to go.
You're
5 minutes in. You're not even on topic.
Your second guy here just made me really upset.
Good.
You mix me out. If Levi makes you upset, tweet us on Twitter. By the way, we have a Twitter. You can follow us on. It's @on_heroes.
Oh,
as well as
and we also have an Instagram.
Instagram. Which is heroes_on_the_horizon.
It's so hard to remember that.
I typed it and I couldn't go back. Anywho.
Hey, it's right here.
When I said dark and disgusting, I really just meant he broods a lot.
Yeah, he broods. He's a broody boy.
He's broody.
Broody.
Yeah. But today's big topic is not just specifically Batman. As we all know, Batman works alone. I can't do it, but Max, you do a good Batman voice. Do Batman works alone.
I work alone.
There we go. Exactly. But for someone who works alone...
I don't think Christian Bale ever actually says that line, but yeah.
For someone who works alone, he has a surprisingly big comic book family, which is interesting on his dynamic with them, I think.
Yeah, I agree. He definitely has a large arsenal of people at his side to help that, he loves them, they respect him, love him. Of course they love him. A lot of them look at him as a father figure, which, we'll get more into as we talk about the characters. But it's very interesting to, see how, you have a character who's known as just, being a one-man army, and he has all this support and
tiny
help.
one-man armies.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting dynamic because he usually doesn't like even using his army, if you know what I mean. His people that help him out.
Yes.
He
likes get hurt.
Yeah, there's been multiple times when he's just like, no, you stay at the cave, and they're just like, no, we want to help, and he just yells.
He doesn't let them. Yeah. He gets hurt. They come help.
But when it's the one of the most popular comic book heroes of all time, of course there's going to be side characters. Of course there's going to be more things to say than just, oh, here's Batman, he's going to fight some crime. There's got to be characters and dynamics and interesting plot points.
Of course.
They've got to write it.
He has the history, because he was the first character with a comic book sidekick, actually.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Very interesting, yeah.
But he's been, dragged kicking and fighting the whole way down the road to having a superhero family. He probably is the one who least wants it, and yet they keep on making him have it. So,
it's a good character dynamic.
So do you guys just want to jump right in? Who do you want to talk about first specifically?
Batman.
All right, so cover Batman first.
Batman, yeah. So it was made in 1939 by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. No one cares about that stuff.
That's when he wasn't broody.
What?
That was when he wasn't broody.
He killed people back then.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
Okay, he didn't kill people necessarily, but they did always have him in comics holding a gun. He still hardly ever used it, like at all, really.
People died.
People thought Ben Affleck killed all the people in Batman vs Superman.
I mean, I think he did.
But you never actually saw the dead person, so can you
threw
really say?
a giant crate to someone's head, and there was blood on the wall.
Superman's punched people, and they're still alive.
So how long before the TV show was this? Because the very early TV show, the first one.
The black and white one?
The
the black and white one.
Oh.
That was like 1942, something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
So like about
it was like Batman cereals.
10 years, right?
Not the candy kind.
Okay.
Does Batman have a cereal?
He's had a cereal since.
I didn't know that.
Wait, you talking about candy cereal or like breakfast cereal or like TV
cereal?
He's probably had a breakfast cereal at some point.
I'm
Batman.
He has toothpaste. I know he has toothpaste.
He has Band-Aids.
He does have Band-Aids.
Fight against the germs in your body.
So wait, Batman, made in 1939, Bill Finger.
Silent Guardian.
Alone, fight against.
Watch an adhesive Band-Aid. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Didn't he also have gummies?
He definitely. Who hasn't had gummies?
Yeah.
Moon Knight gummies.
He had the best. That's why Moon Knight doesn't win. He didn't have gummies
You guys
or
really
Band-Aids.
do get off topic here.
It's very easy. We have fun with the show.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like I said,
And anyway, but yeah. So when we're talking about Batman's sidekicks, we obviously have to talk about the first one he had, which is young Richard Grayson. Or Dick Grayson, the original Robin.
Are you allowed to say that word?
It's his name technically.
It's
context.
That's
Gotcha.
inappropriate. Guys, I want to apologize for Charlie's horrible language on this show.
Levi, get out.
I'm crying.
Levi, get out.
Over here
Levi?
right now.
Levi.
He said.
Which, of course, he goes by other names too. Aren't just he's not Robin anymore.
Yeah.
In current comics.
He started out as Robin in 1940, and then after being trained under Bruce Wayne for so long and tormented by how strict his rules were, he decided to go off on his own as Nightwing. He helped start the Teen Titans, and then later on the Outsiders. He moved to Bloodhaven, became Nightwing, all that jazz, and then later on actually winds up becoming Batman himself, which is really interesting because being the Batman is a very hard mantle to have.
What's the Bloodhaven?
Bloodhaven. How do I describe Bloodhaven?
It's the town across the street from Gotham.
Yeah, it's like if Gotham could have a lower class, on its own it would be Bloodhaven.
Ooh, what did they call it? The armpit of New York? Isn't that New Jersey?
Yeah, Bloodhaven is Gotham's New Jersey.
Exactly. There you go.
In the comics,
that's exactly
Gotham City is in New Jersey.
Right. That's true.
But I do want to say that I think it's interesting that you just said the Nightwing thing because it made me realize that the show for Teen Titans was actually kind of very comic book accurate because when they go into the future, Robin meets himself as Nightwing, if I recall.
No, it's Starfire. But then Starfire relays, her experience with the older Dick Grayson to, Robin, and Robin's just like, whoa, I kind of like that name, and that kind of, of course, foreshadows. I'm going to become Nightwing.
That's really cool, though, because when I was watching that show as a kid, I never made almost any association between that and the original, Batman Robin comics and whatever.
I was very into it, because, I remember when I first watched Teen Titans, I thought it was Tim Drake, not Dick Grayson.
Is that Red Robin? I don't know the name.
Tim Drake, yes.
Okay.
Tim Drake is Red Robin, eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Which
that
confuses me greatly.
Well, I'm pretty sure the way I understand it, Dick Grayson started it, and then when he became Nightwing, Tim Drake took over.
No, it was Jason Todd next.
No, Jason Todd never was in the Teen Titans, was he?
Oh, no, we're talking Teen Titans. I was thinking Robins.
No, yeah, sorry. And you're right. In the order of Robins, after Dick, it was Jason, and then Tim after Jason.
These horrible words.
I'm so sorry, Levi. No, but yeah, in the Teen Titans show, there was always a question on if Tim ever actually took over, and there just wasn't a thing about it, because, Robin looks the same throughout the series. And then there's also, even if you want to go into Jason now, or after a little bit, there was a theory that Red X, who originally was created by Robin to try to get under Deathstroke, there was a theory that when the Red X suit was stolen, it was Jason Todd who stole it. So it's like the three Robins fighting each other still. Or not, well, Tim and Dick aren't really fighting, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I would love to see just a comic where it's just the different Robins like dealing with each other.
I mean,
because it
pretty-
gets it gets
Yeah,
weird.
it's. I mean, that's pretty much what Nightfall
it's-
is, because they're
yeah.
all
Not-
fighting to
There's
try
also,
to.
So
Batman and Robin Eternal. It's basically a bunch of dialogue between all different Robins, like having fun and stuff. It's obviously it's where Cassandra came. It was a Rebirth comic technically.
Mhm.
It was like one of the bridges between Rebirth and New 52, and it was like basically every single Batman family member was in this comic besides like Batwoman. Which,
There's also Batman Nightfall, which is when Nightwing became Batman, one of the times. And then there's Battle for the Cowl, which I don't remember when exactly it was. It was made in 2009. I don't remember a part of what,
I don't
reboot.
remember.
But it's literally all the Robins, where like the main, Jason, Tim, and Dick, and then even Damian are all fighting to like, which one of us is going to be the next Batman, and everyone wants.
No one wants to be.
Well,
Batman.
everyone wants it to be Dick minus Jason, but Dick doesn't want to at the moment.
That's the point, because I think one of the big things that really sets Dick Grayson apart from other Robins is that he I can't talk to. He really wants to be like separate from Batman.
Yeah,
He wants to be his own thing.
he really became his own person as he became Nightwing. Like it was almost like going through puberty. Like he found out who he was, he discovered himself, he became his own superhero, and again he started his own teams and whatnot. Like he had his own life.
But honestly, of all the replacements who could replace Batman, he'd probably be he's arguably the best replacement.
Yeah.
Because he's Batman's most trusted ally. He was his first ally.
I disagree. I think Moon Knight's the best replacement for
Can
Batman.
you get out? Not even the same universe.
Ooh, well,
Mark Spector has no power.
We're not talking about the Flashes today, so I won't get into that.
The what?
The Flashes. But it's okay. We'll
We
talk about it.
We talked about alternate universes last week.
It's okay. Well, no, there was a thing with the Flashes about how the Flash, one of the Flashes, it was one of the younger ones.
Went to Marvel Universe.
Yeah, he went to the Marvel Universe and then came back. So it was like,
what's your name? I'm Buried Alien.
Yeah, so like the Marvel Universe is inside the DC Universe. But again, we don't need to get into that.
It's really cool.
It's not what we're talking about.
I do want to say that as someone, if it's not obvious, I know the least about Batman out of the three of us.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that from what I've learned, versus the Marvel comics, which I've read a lot more into, the DC comic book characters seem to have much more, I guess, realistic motivations and like character arcs that are a bit more complicated in a good way. I don't know. Maybe it's just the long. Maybe it's just how long Batman has been around, and that the story has been a little bit deeper.
One of the big arguments in the past was the reason Marvel was so successful was that they felt that their characters were more relatable to readers. Which is interesting because like Peter Parker is just a teenage science kid, whereas Bruce Wayne's a billionaire orphan.
Yeah, but there's like almost a formula, and I don't know. It seems like, at least with DC, it seems like the characters are more, I won't say relatable, but more complicated.
That's what,
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
and like I'm definitely more of a DC fan.
I'm more of a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I won't deny Marvel's success though. It's just kind of sad to admit sometimes.
It's like that Mac. Hi, I'm a Mac, I'm a PC. Hi, I'm a Marvel, and I'm a DC.
Which one is Mac and which one is PC, though?
Anyway.
No, I think this is a very relevant question.
Anyway.
So basically, Dick Grayson became Nightwing, and he left Batman's side. He was like, see ya, Pops, I'm out of here. And Batman was like,
yeah, he didn't...
Not sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always, like, when it comes to relationships that, like, we're discussing today, Dick and Bruce...
Arguably had the most connection.
Dick and Bruce, come on, Levi. Definitely had the closest bond, and it makes sense. He was his first adopted son, if you really want to go that route.
And they both have a really relatable backstory, because, like,
yeah,
Dick's parents were killed.
Right. They were actually the same age when both parents died.
Stars aligned, and then the bullets aligned.
And of course, like Bruce Wayne was at the show when it happened.
Yeah.
And all that jazz. And then we also later find out that Tim Drake was too.
I remember that. Okay, I've read that actually. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a fun little thing. Like Tim Drake and Dick met way before they knew each other was going to be a Robin and whatnot.
It's destiny.
This was,
or is it Dr. Manhattan playing around again?
It was in the stars.
I'd always just referred to them as like their quote hero name. I'm having a little bit of trouble.
Well, they're all Robins.
So yeah, Red Robin
was
in the audience
when Nightwing
Nightwing's parents died because of Tony Zuko. It was Tony Zuko who killed his parents.
It's almost like their destinies were aligned. Their stars were
Nay,
together.
Brutus. The fault lies not in our stars, but in ourselves.
Exactly.
That's Julius Caesar right there, guys. I know some Shakespeare. Check me out.
Right.
But yeah.
We all took basic history classes.
So after Dick Grayson left, Batman found a new Robin. And he found the Robin trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile. His name was Jason Todd. A character a lot of fans hated for a while.
And, okay, the dynamic between Red Robin... We're talking about Red Robin.
No, we're talking about Red Hood.
Red Hood.
I'm so confused.
So, alright, so Dick Grayson, Robin number 1, became Nightwing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I knew that.
Jason Todd as Robin number 2 became Red Hood, and then also has an alias of Wingman.
We're not talking about that, though.
But
Wingman's stupid.
yeah. Robin came out... Red Hood came out, a few years later after Nightwing became a thing.
I thought it was like many years later.
Well, it's tomato potato. But
Nightwing was like the 70s.
Yeah, you can
Red
tell
Hood
I'm
was
a
like
cook, right?
2008.
And no, but it was 1983 when he first appeared.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
No, not like Jason Todd Red Hood though.
No, Red Hood was like 2005.
Okay, yeah.
We were all in elementary school still.
Yeah, but the big thing about Jason Todd, so Dick Grayson was like self-contained. He was a good fighter, he was acrobatic.
When did Red Robin come in?
We're getting there.
After Jason dies.
Oh,
Spoiler.
Oh.
Jason Todd, as a Robin, was a very aggressive and reckless person. He was like, I'm gonna beat these guys. He's always itching for a fight.
He came from a really rough childhood. His mother was a druggie. His father worked for Two-Face. So, he's just, walking.
A lot of angst.
Kind of antithetical to what
a
Batman is.
lot of premature teenage angst going on.
Yeah. But a lot of fans actually didn't like that, though, as a Robin. He's like, he's not Dick Grayson.
Yeah, which is, it's completely fair.
And the biggest jerk move I think Marvel ever did was, Jason Todd got captured by the Joker, and he beat him with a crowbar. But in that issue, though, DC put a thing like, hey, do you want Jason Todd to die or live? Send us a letter, and we'll decide through a vote.
Do you know what the score was?
It was like 5 points off?
It was 5,343 to kill him, and 5,271 to not kill him.
And they killed him.
He
went boom.
Yeah, so it was off by like 70. Yes, I wrote this down and made sure I had the math correct. It was off by 72 votes to kill him.
That's horrible.
He got better. Don't worry.
I don't like that.
I don't know about better, but he came alive again.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's a track. Like Jason Todd is
bad.
arguably one of the most complex characters in the Bat family. Cause just everything that's happened, I argue Tim Drake has the most though, but we'll get there. And again, like he's got the Red X theory. He's got a long history of just constant rebelling towards the Batman method of doing things.
Yeah.
He's always had a complicated relationship with him, and even like when he becomes Red Hood, he tries to gain the respect and appreciation of Bruce, and Bruce is just like, yo, you can't do it this way. You're killing people, you're extorting people, you're becoming a criminal, you're not being a hero. And,
it's very emotional.
Yeah, there's a lot of fights between them, both verbal and physical. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the reason that they wrote him that way was to create that dynamic between Batman and him. And so the fact that the fans were upset, that was the point. The fans were supposed to be upset by his actions. So I wouldn't have even put it into their hands, because it was supposed to create that tension, and then they're just like, oh, people don't like this. Well, duh, people don't like it. Duh. Yeah. Like, this isn't a slice of life comic. This is, but like dark and gritty.
It's a mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
Comic books are the new modern mythology, in my opinion. But hey.
One day, there's going to be like some archaeologists that are going to uncover a bunch of comics, and they're going to be like, this must have been the gods they worshipped.
Well, like I don't know. I'm hoping for like I guess I haven't done enough. I may sound like an idiot theoretically, but I really want somebody to find a Lazarus Pit. That'd be so cool.
The Lazarus Pit is this magical MacGuffin in DC Comics where you put someone in it and they come back to life.
And that's how
Jason Todd came back to life.
So Ra's al Ghul, if Levi, are you aware of who Ra's al Ghul is?
Liam Neeson, Batman Begins.
Yeah. So Liam Neeson resurrects that's the funniest thing I think I've ever heard.
Keep going.
Liam Neeson
like
resurrects Jason Todd using the Lazarus Pit to try. It was honestly like he was trying to help Batman, arguably.
Because he loves Batman. He's like, I want Batman.
He's obsessed with Batman. He wants him to join the League of Assassins and take over and help cleanse the world. But Batman doesn't like his methods. Anyway,
I work alone.
Exactly. So he resurrects Jason. The Lazarus Pit has traumatizing effects, which you can help use to explain why Jason became even more
aggressive
and
maybe a bit more shooty, killy.
A lot more violent too in general.
Did they make him into a villain?
Technically, he's more of an
anti-hero.
He's DC's Punisher, kind of like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very good way of describing it.
Thank you. I did good.
So I'm imagining there were a lot of fights between Batman and him after.
Oh yeah,
between him and the whole family, really. Jason was out to become Batman. He was trying to prove Batman wrong on, hey, you've got to permanently take out the Joker. You've got to permanently take out Penguin and Mr. Freeze and
because he was mad that Batman didn't avenge him. I think was
he was also like if you watch the movie Under the Red Hood. It's
a great movie. Check it out.
Yeah,
there's a great scene.
It's very much you weren't there for me. Why weren't you there for me? This is how we need to do it from here on out.
When was this movie? Like it was a cartoon.
Okay, it was one of those.
I don't know when Red Hood came out.
I don't know. It was after the comic.
Yeah,
because I know that there was like a series of animated movies that they released that I just
it features Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Well, it's like Red Hood, and then it's like Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and then whatever goes on and on.
Yeah. But shoot, I was gonna say something. So Red Todd feels like Batman left him to die, and Batman feels like Jason's his biggest mistake. And it's a big dynamic between two, because they're always at odds, because Jason Todd is like, killing's okay, because that's one criminal off the street. But Batman's sort of like, you kill a criminal, there's still a same amount of criminals in the world. But I don't know. It's weird. But there's a kind of respect between the two, because whenever Batman calls the Robins, he always still does call Jason Todd, especially in modern comics. Yeah. Because in the Batman
Red Hood is definitely always still there. He doesn't necessarily like that. He kind of hates himself for it, but he already hates
I feel
himself.
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do when you're writing the story? Because
he still tries so hard to gain the appreciation and respect of Batman, and Batman's always going to love him. He's a second son. All of his people are sons and daughters. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it was realistic to real life, not that this kind of thing could ever be, but if just the social aspect of it, then Red Hood would probably just go off, find his own city, and never talk to him again. But
possibly
you've got these great characters. Why would you get rid of them like that? Right. Especially after making them come back from the dead.
I feel like if Batman had to choose someone to take him out, if he felt like he was out of control, he'd probably choose Jason Todd, I think. Because, Dick Grayson wouldn't do it.
Over Superman?
Tim wouldn't do it. Superman wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Superman believes in the good in people.
I know.
I feel like if he felt like he needs someone to take him out, I disagree with you there. If he needs someone to take him out, you can have a wrong opinion.
Oh, gosh.
He would pick Jason Todd, I think. Because I feel like he trusts him most because he knows he would do it.
Aquaman lover.
You say like it's a bad thing.
It's not.
He's the highest grossing DC movie. Dark Knight Rises. Who, Maxwell? You can just walk out right now.
There's been so much walkout in this show. We've probably
check your coat at the door.
Yeah,
Levi.
So many walkouts have occurred.
How many special
walkouts.
guests have there been?
You're the first one. Congratulations.
Oh man, you're already kicking me out.
So I've been kicked out at least 4 times.
Oh wow. Okay. So. If we want to continue, I guess.
Move on?
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, let's keep going.
But so during Jason's death, before he became, resurrected by Liam Neeson,
Batman got sad.
Batman was in a pit of depression because he did feel like it was his fault that he wasn't able to be there for Jason.
I always just saw Batman as just perpetually being in a depression though.
But this is a bad. He was actually hurting people.
It was depression versus bat-pression.
Bat-pression. There you go.
Severe bat-pression. So moving on to Tim Drake, who we mentioned earlier.
The Red Robin.
I need to understand.
The future Red Robin.
The Batman family punching bag.
Arguably my favorite Robin, just because yes, he is bullied
He's in that one, right
by every single person in the family, and it is ridiculous.
He seemed respected in the comic that I read.
Yeah,
but the dynamic
they do him good in Rebirth.
Yeah.
They treat him right.
But
I do want to say
he's
though,
been through so much crap. It's ridiculous.
the dynamic between
he's been through so much poop.
Yeah, here we go.
He's been through so much poo-poo. The dynamic between Batman and Red Robin is really interesting because he in this comic, Batman says something like how you are always seemed like Robin to me or something like that, like the real Robin, and he wasn't the real Robin, and you I don't know
Tim
how.
Drake?
Yeah,
He was always Robin.
Well, yeah, it was like a weird comment. He made a weird comment. I need to find it.
He fit the part really well.
Yeah.
And because he on his own he found out that Batman and Robin was Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he did that.
And so automatically made him one of the better detectives of the group.
He's arguably he's a great detective.
I need to find the comments.
it's crazy.
He's better than Tim at Dick at detective thing. He's better at Red Robin detective. He's as good as Batman, I think. Honestly.
Yeah. But as far
he's also very skilled technology.
Yeah, but again, being Tim Drake, he's taken on so many blows from every single person in the family. Batman, of course, was rough on him, just like he was every other member, in training him and getting him to the point of actually earning and being able to be the next Robin. Mm-hmm. And of course, it was after his depression, so he was arguably more aggressive towards him. He was suffering from the loss of Jason.
You'll just die.
And
he gave.
Where is it?
He gave Tim Drake pants, by the way.
Yeah.
Jason didn't have pants. Dick Grayson didn't have pants.
I guess he finally realized that they were cold.
Yeah.
And that
he gave him pants.
You should wear pants at night. You should just wear pants
and
at night.
ninja shoes, and not pixie shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Good job,
you finally got
that was an important side.
You got a costume good. But I mean, yeah. So Tim Drake, after Jason died, becomes Robin, gets the heck beaten out of him. He meets Stephanie Brown, aka Spoiler. They have an on-again relationship constantly, which, why not put a little stupid romance in there?
More on that next week.
Yeah.
You find it?
Oh, yeah. This is what was like a really weird dynamic for me, is that Batman's telling Robin, you always insisted you weren't Robin. You always kept yourself at a distance. I respected that, but I need you to know you were Robin, to me at least. And that's what didn't make sense to me.
He stopped being Robin for a while. He was Red Robin for a while because it's like,
so
Damian Wayne.
He sort of did the thing Nightwing did. He went off on his own, became Red Robin, and again he went off to go.
Bear on name, I think.
He went off to go and lead the Teen Titans for a while after Dick was Nightwing, and there's other versions where he's after Batman died and other stuff where again he and the rest of the Robins are fighting to become the next Batman. There's versions where Tim has fought physically every single and actually beaten the Bat family.
Yeah. That's
there's
in the comics.
There was
awesome.
There was a story. He became head of the League of Assassins to take on the Council of Spiders. More struggles. He was kidnapped by Joker and turned into a little Joker.
That's in a cartoon though. That's in Batman Beyond.
It's still
not technically canon, but hey,
it might as well be.
It's an AE.
There's nothing.
Multiverse.
There's nothing that says going against it.
I kind of like that.
He's beaten up by Damian, for Pete's sake. Like Damian beats him up.
It's interesting how
he beats him up back. But
each Robin kind of tries to be Robin, but then kind of has an identity crisis and goes off and does their own thing, and kind of discovers who they are. And I think that's kind of pretty meaningful.
I feel like it might be because Batman kind of pushes him away a lot.
Yeah, he's not necessarily a good father figure, despite how good of a father his was.
It also seems like they try and push themselves into like the mold of being Robin at first before going, forget that, and I need to just be me. And I don't know, it just seems like everyone who tries to be Batman's sidekick in quotes.
Well, he's never
kind of
gonna-
ends up, you know.
Yeah, well, like, he never seems to admit, unlike, the example you found. He always, like, waits till last minute to say, hey,
I love you.
You did live up to the standards that I had set for you.
They try so hard, and every time he just pushes them away, and so they eventually kind of react back, and, you know.
Yeah.
Right. That not everyone can handle the stubbornness that is Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Yeah. But he also died
Yeah.
and got better.
Yeah.
It happens.
Bruce Wayne, Batman, a lot of the DC characters die and get better.
It's just how it goes.
It's just, it's just what happens.
Yeah.
Again, we come back to the issue of whether or not there are actual real consequences in stories like this.
It's a story for a different day.
But I'm
Heyo.
just saying, for people who have listened to my rants on this before, again, this is another manifestation of that problem.
But yeah, I don't know. Hey, I do think that DC needs to give Tim a break. He's been going.
He doesn't
through,
need a break.
He's gone through.
He had a good run in that though.
Yeah.
Granted, he died in it.
Well, that's a terrible
But also,
run.
he came back, and it's not a terrible run.
I mean, dying is terrible.
Okay, yeah.
But
also, that's where he comes back from the future and like beats all the Robins and Batman. And yeah, because he's awesome. But yeah. So after that, after he stopped being Robin, we got the most recent Robin, arguably the most controversial Robin, Damian Wayne, the Robin and Batman's actual son.
Yeah,
after being drugged.
Yeah, and
slept with
Talia.
Al Ghul.
He won't be Robin for long. He'll find his
He's
own
been Robin
thing.
for a while.
He's been.
I don't believe
He's
it.
literally Damian Wayne.
I don't believe it. I believe that eventually he's going to go do his own thing, and they're going to find a new Robin.
This is coming from the guy that doesn't know much about the Robins.
I know, but I am arguing right now.
Remember,
this is my theory.
Dick Grayson was Robin for like 30 years.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm saying that it's going to happen eventually.
Beautiful.
As long as Batman continues to be a thing, there will be cycles of Robins.
You're right, dude. I'm excited to see where you go.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Damian does have an alias of Redbird, so to speak.
It's already begun.
He's also got a bat cow.
That's true. He's the first Robin to like have a cover. I honestly, it is edgy as it is. I like his suit a lot. It's really cool.
It is cool.
Ooh, I wanna see what that
I
looks
feel like the big problem with Damian Wayne is that a lot of people don't like him, and a lot of writers don't like him. So
Well, he's an arrogant little. Can I see that?
He's very arrogant.
Prick. Can I say that?
I don't know. Go for it.
Prick.
Yeah.
And
Wait, what's his alias again?
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, the new Robin.
Robin. He's
No,
Robin.
no.
Damian
He's still
Wayne.
Robin.
His undercover like.
Damien.
He's Robin.
He's Robin.
He is still Robin.
Oh, are you asking about Redbird? That doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter.
No,
I
it's
just wanted
it's
to
like
see
a
what it
code name.
looked
Like
It's gonna look like the Robin suit.
Oh,
it's not
I thought
a different
I
suit.
thought it was like a situation like what's his name with the slash.
Oh,
no.
Red X.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Red X kind of situation.
No, he has a regular looking Robin suit with a cape and a cowl. That's about the only
okay.
difference.
But yeah.
So
or a
that's
hood,
funny.
whatever.
So Damian is very cocky, and he sees himself as the rightful heir to the Batman name, I guess, because
simply because of
his last name's
bloodline.
Wayne. But he's also honestly one of the best fighters in the family.
Oh, he's
arguably third best if I do my math right.
He was raised genetically in a lab by Talia al Ghul after
Awkward.
She seduced. Let's go with the word seduced Batman.
And drugged him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying PG-13. I don't know. But
drugs, kids.
So genetically modified and arguably perfected in a lab, he was raised by the League of Assassins, which also means Ra's al Ghul, who, as we discussed, Liam Neeson is obsessed with Batman and will do anything to get as close to him as possible, even if that means raising his son.
Yeah.
Or grandson, I guess.
But I feel like one of the bad things about him being raised like that was that he kind of lacks social skills. He really struggles with relationships.
Well, yeah, he was isolated in the hideouts of the assassins.
Yeah.
So, like, when he's first... Because Talia just kind of like, hey, Bruce,
here's your son. Peace out.
There's this kid, and he's yours. I gotta go. And
wow.
Off meter saying, guys.
I mean, it's a little bit more emotional, because, like, she does realize, maybe Damian shouldn't really grow up the way the League of Assassins are trained. Maybe he should be with Batman. And she actually gives Damian to Bruce while he's Batman. So, like, obviously he knows who Batman is, but it's just funny. Like, he's wearing he's donning his Batman suit as, he's like, oh, I have a kid.
How old is Damien when she does this, though?
It varies.
I know he's 10 years old relatively when he becomes
It's
Robin.
basically too late at that point. Like, he's already kind of lost his social skills.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, in psychology, 10 years is about really pushing.
Right. And, you know, I mean, and the comics and movies even do a very good job at showing, like, this kid thinks he's the bee's knees.
Which is kind of just like because he's kind of awesome.
I mean,
Also,
he's an incredibly cool character, and, like, his own comics line is crazy.
but he's very abrasive, though.
Yeah.
So who's the second best? You said he's the third best. Who's the second best?
Fighters?
Yeah.
Probably Batman.
Who's the first best then?
We'll get to her, and she's the best character in DC Comics, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm not.
Her name is Cassandra Cain.
I'm not gonna.
You know her as Orphan.
I'm not gonna argue.
Oh,
but
you know what? Yes. But I mean, everyone in the comics that I've read.
We gotta
said
get going so we can get to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
So,
see.
yeah,
What,
Damian Wayne.
We have an hour.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Okay.
But 22 minutes. So yeah, that's Damian Wayne, bit abrasive, the rightful heir of Batman family. He's kind of like got a rocky relationship with all the other Robin members, besides really Dick Grayson. Like, he argues with Red Hood sometimes. Have they really had a good dialogue together? I don't really think so. That'd be a cool dynamic, I think.
No, I mean, yeah, because, again, there's the whole fight between Dick, Tim, Jason, and Damian when it comes to, like, I'm Batman, no, I'm Batman. And then, you know...
I need to read into that. That'd be cool.
It gets...
Because Damian's more cool with killing, too.
Very, yes.
But that's changed because he wants to, like, honor his father.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go out of order and just mention Orphan since we were just talking about it. We're not done with Damien?
I was going to say something. I can't remember.
I know that Damian does hate Tim.
He hates Tim
a lot.
But there's few things better in comics than seeing Damian Wayne getting laid out. It happens a lot. Like, there's a scene where Cassandra Cain, Orphan, lays him out, and I love it. Because he's like, you're in my room. Flips her over her shoulder. I was like,
gosh.
Get him.
Yeah.
Lay him out.
One thing that is interesting, though, I know we're trying to talk more about relationships towards Batman. Damian and Dick have a very good relationship, which is surprising almost. Levi.
I'm a child. I'm sorry.
I know you are.
But, so...
They are the most like brothers, I think.
Yeah, they get along surprisingly very well, despite, you know, Damian's arrogance and...
Because he's proved himself to Damian.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works, but, like, it's still at the same point.
Yeah.
I don't... Like, Damian wants to be Batman. He doesn't want Nightwing to be Batman.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I just want Batman to be Batman, yo.
Yeah. But yeah, next topic.
Bruce Wayne's the best Batman.
So we can't talk about the Robins, so talking about Batgirls. And so the biggest, most famous Batgirl was Barbara Gordon, also known as Oracle. She came around because of the 1960s TV show, because they wanted a strong female character in that, and it worked, because Barbara Gordon's a pretty interesting character.
I know that I'm going out of order, but I have a question about the Batgirls. So I never, in what I've read, the Orphan, or Black Bat, or whatever you want to call her, is not kind of considered a, quote, Batgirl in the same sense. But so what is her role in that whole thing?
Before they the reboot from Flashpoint, she was a Batgirl at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was Barbara Gordon was Batgirl, but she kind of got, paralyzed and became Oracle.
Sucks.
Yeah. There's a comic called Killing Joke. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I hate it.
What?
I don't.
Whatever.
Alan Moore wrote it for a paycheck. He doesn't care about that story.
Oh, it's such a good story, though.
It's trash.
Wow.
Yeah. So Barbara
now
Gordon
I want to leave.
Barbara Gordon gets paralyzed, and then a big earthquake happens. Gotham City becomes the no man's land. Huntress becomes Batgirl for a while, quits. Then another Batgirl comes on the scene, Mystery, and that's Cassandra Cain. She becomes Batgirl.
Okay, but see, in how do they rebuild Gotham?
Comics.
Yeah.
So
in Rebirth,
it didn't happen.
That doesn't happen in Rebirth.
Like, you know how Hollywood magic works? It's comic book magic.
Yeah. Remember, Levi, the first thing I said on this show was because comics is the answer. It works because this is how it works.
Again,
Gotham is already trash. It just got a little bit more trashier.
Yeah.
When there's no consequences in a story, is it a story?
No Man's Land happened for like 3 years straight.
What kind of philosophical crap psychological question is that?
Language.
Crap?
Language.
That's about what?
Language.
Oh my god, I could never be on
I don't
a
know.
radio show.
I know there's words we can't say. I'm not taking any risks. We need to save our one bleep.
Yeah, we've got a very special bleep that
You can't
we
have
need to
one
say.
bleep per episode?
No.
We're saving it because I don't want to get
We
kicked
have a
off the
special
air.
bleep.
Man, Craig Ferguson
But yeah, so
had it easy.
Barbara Gordon, Oracle. She was daughter of Commissioner Gordon. She was more stealth-focused, I guess. Not the best.
She kind of like just decided, I can do that.
I'm Batgirl.
I can do that, and
then
she
she
did
did
it. Like it was Dick Grayson who like was trying to first figure out who. Obviously, Batman was irritated that somebody was donning a bat, persona.
Yeah.
But they were at the same time like, who could this girl possibly be? Because it was almost like Batwoman at first. Like, who is this girl?
I love how
Batman.
every single vigilante in Gotham ends up donning a bat-like persona, regardless
'Cause it
of
means something.
Batman.
Right. Well, yeah, because Batman can be anybody.
Batman strikes fear.
And he even says that, but it's kind of weird because I think it kind of is almost just to fit the universe.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, Batman has made such a name for himself and such a meaning that, like, if you wear that symbol, even today, it's as nerdy and goofy as I sound, it kind of stands for something. Like, Batman's done a lot, both in comic and for the world, really, that's like, whoa.
He's Batman.
He's Batman.
Batman changed or something.
Yeah.
The bat signal strikes fear in the heart of criminals.
Yeah. I mean, it's a symbol of hope.
Yeah. But
well,
yeah.
not the Superman symbol.
She was Batgirl for a long time, and eventually she got paralyzed by the Joker, and she became Oracle, where she was in a wheelchair, but she was like Batman's like eye in the sky, like
But
intel person.
She pretty much became the What?
Mrs.
Yeah.
Charles Xavier.
Without telepathy. She had a computer. But honestly...
She pretty much became the Bat computer.
Yeah. Which, I'm going to be honest, I kind of prefer her as that, because that is a really strong character moment for her.
Oracle is like a strong... like
She was... Sorry.
Go ahead.
She was arguably the most valuable member of the Bat family at that point.
Right.
Because, like,
Batman,
she gave them the information that they needed.
Yeah, he obtained it faster. It wasn't constantly, I got to go back.
Alfred!
I got to go back to the Bat computer. Or, Alfred, put down the coffee.
How do I copy and save something, sir? Use the mouse! Why would I want mouse in here? It's the little thing by the computer, Alfred.
I love Alfred.
I don't know.
I'm surprised we didn't talk about Alfred
Alfred, because Alfred speaks for himself. Alfred is the best.
You guys should
he is Batman's
father. You should
father.
do an Alfred episode.
We should totally do an Alfred episode. It's in the list, I think. I don't know.
But
yeah. But eventually, because of Rebirth, she got better from her paralyzation and she became Batgirl again, which, depending on who you are, you like it or you hate it, I'm more of the she should be Oracle style.
I honestly agree. Oracle is a very vital character.
She had more character, I think.
But
So,
yeah, there's already Batwoman.
However, she's also arguably the most well-adjusted member of the Batman family.
Oh yeah,
She got the most life.
She's got her mind on, because like she didn't seek Batman's approval. I mean, okay, she arguably did when
She didn't seek Batman's approval.
There was they slipped together, but
I'm not gonna talk about that. That's only in that movie, and that movie kind of hurts people.
I mean, it's still kind of
Which movie?
something you mentioned.
Batman: The Killing Joke movie. There was an extra scene put in where they were like, "I hate you, I hate you,"
and then they fight
and then smash on rooftop.
It's like, I'm not. Well, yeah.
People didn't like it. Poor Dick.
It's messed up, and yeah, there's Dick.
Dick and Barbara Day.
Yeah, no, like Dick Grayson, not.
I know.
Dick. But God.
But yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Barbara Gordon, like, she never really tries to seek his approval, but at the same time, it's a very weird kind of, like, tension relationship. And, like, you even see that in Batman the Animated Series. And, Batman Beyond is kind of like, hi, Barbara. Hi, Bruce.
Sup, Bruce? Still brooding? Yep.
Yo, can't change me. That's the one thing about Bruce Wayne and Batman. He pretty much stays the same throughout the entire. Everyone else kind of develops and grows because they're a lot younger. Batman is like perpetually the same age, no matter.
Because they can move
what.
past.
Exactly.
Batman can't move past his past, which is arguably a weak point of him, I think. One of his weaknesses.
I would love to
is,
do a
yeah.
whole episode on just the mental health of Batman.
It's not good. He's
I
no
know.
Moon Knight, but like
We were talking about like Alfred and stuff. It seems like Alfred is the only person that Batman has to like kind of keep him sane in a way.
Batman, Alfred's his father, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
And,
also
like-
there's I don't know because there's a theory where like Alfred pretty much controls everything Bruce Wayne does, and that Alfred is like trying to get Batman killed and all this other stuff.
That was the best part.
It's so
and he's
goofy.
really bad at it.
The Lego Batman movie was like Alfred trying to take controls for his uncontrollable son.
But like there was one dialogue that was had where like Alfred was like commenting on the fact that Batman barely eats in the specific comic that I was. How does Batman barely eat? He's
so
thick.
focused on vengeance.
He ate
thick.
so much
Low
during
carb diet.
training. He doesn't need to eat anymore.
It's just
His rage
Hold
feeds
on,
him.
what was it you said? Cause comics.
Because comics.
Oh my
Cause
gosh.
comics.
Yeah. So
We can't
I went up on
we
the
can't
next
pretend
Batgirl.
like it's not a problem. There's a problem.
Batman has a lot of problems. He's not a healthy
Comics
relationship.
have a lot of problems. I love comics, but there's a lot of problems. No, I love them.
After that Batgirl, well, there was a girl named Huntress who became Batgirl, Helena Bernelli. We're not going to talk about her because we're low on time. But
There's so many. There's a lot of characters
talking
in the
about
Bat
spoilers?
family we're not mentioning.
we're going to try to get there. We got to get through Cassandra Cain first.
Oh, I thought we already talked about
Nope.
her.
So Cassandra Cain and then spoilers.
Yeah,
the
so
order.
next Batgirl was a girl named Cassandra Cain. Her whole thing was she was raised from birth to be an assassin
yeah.
with no
By
human connection
Lady
at all.
Shiva.
Yeah, and David Cain. So Damian Wayne had a little bit of human interaction. She had none.
She couldn't even
She
talk.
couldn't speak.
She talks a little
She
bit.
was a mute.
In the comics,
it
she
was
couldn't mute.
very bad.
She talks a little bit.
She builds. She builds.
Okay.
Over time.
That's why
But-
she's an orphan.
Yeah, but in the first Batman,
Barbara Gordon helps her develop speaking skills
Yeah.
and puts her through like speech classes and whatnot.
Yeah, but in the first when she first appeared, she couldn't talk at all. She communicated through body language and things like that.
Which is
And
pretty cool.
yeah, but the whole point of that was that she could read human body language and she could protect people's moves, and she was literally the best fighter in the DC universe. And I'll fight you all on that.
We don't have the time for me to go into that.
Yeah, but and there's one comic in that run you're reading where Batman's like, "What do you think would happen if you fought her?" And Batman's like, "Honestly, I lose," because she knows, because she's literally the best fighter right now. She's a really good fighter.
She's a good fighter.
She can beat people up all the time. There's a comic where she like elevator opens and she's like hiring guys with guns and she's like, "Sup guys," but she's mute. She just like smiles, but she takes them all out.
Batman got in the army that they fight in this specific run I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Batman got taken down by the whole army, and then she was fighting them off. She was winning where Batman was failing, like a whole army. And Batman like is down, and she's just like, basically fighting the exact same army, and like
Beats them all.
Beats them all. She doesn't lose until like she gets hit with like this tranquilizer dart. And she had to get hit by like 1 billion of them.
I love her. I'll be honest, she's one of my favorite comic book characters.
When the willpower of some of these Bat members is unrelentless.
She's also really tiny.
She's really tiny.
She's
best girl.
She is very small.
But I feel like the big point of her relationship with Batman is that I think Batman probably took her under the wing because he kind of saw her as a threat, and he went down on the wrong side. But he kind of raised her as his daughter. Like, he feels bad for her.
Well, yeah. Knowing who she was, Lady Shiva was an extremely deadly person.
I wonder if Batman has some of these like fatherly instincts because he lost his parents.
I think that's what's going on there.
But at the same,
he wants people to become him.
But again, like at the same time, he's a terrible father.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think he also has
means
some
well,
of that.
but he doesn't always do it right.
Yeah.
I personally would. Okay, I guess I would want Bruce Wayne as a father. That'd be awesome. But at the same time,
I don't want the mental
you
trauma.
I would have him pay for my therapy sessions.
Cassandra Cain's a really deep character. Has a lot of good character moments. She doesn't talk much, but what she says
I was gonna
matters.
say she's oftentimes a little boring, but she's also really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And there are those moments.
Right.
Yeah, especially with Clayface. In the New Rebirth, she has a great relationship with Clayface.
I love Clayface.
Where
I love
Clayface is like,
Clayface.
"I'm a monster." She's like, "No, you're not. Because then I'm a monster." And he's like, Cassandra, don't say that.
Yeah, I love Clayface because he, as a good guy,
Mm-hmm.
because his ability is really cool. He can transform his body into like anything.
Yeah.
He can't keep it for very long, but he can transform his body into anything.
And he
he's
teaches her
basically
Shakespeare.
a giant pile of mud. And the thing is that he also has like this disconnect between his appearance and who he thinks of himself as on the inside, because there was like an accident or something, and he used to be like some
Famous
hot
movie star.
actor movie star guy, and then he becomes this ugly monster, and he can't stand the way he looks. And I think that's a really meaningful story
Absolutely.
for people who like they don't feel like they look the way they are on the inside, and
It's beautiful.
yeah.
Always remember,
But yeah.
if you become disoriented and turn into mud kids, you can still be a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess Red Robin has some kind of technology that allows him to keep his form for longer. I didn't understand how that works. But
It gets more deeper. Do you want more comics?
Kind of.
I'll load you up, dude. Me and Charlie will load you up.
I had that
with
whole
DC
run.
Comics.
Yeah.
You'll be a
In
DC
paperback.
reader in no time.
Why are the issues so big, so long?
Because they're taking it from the when it first debuted, Detective Comics 1, 1939, and they're trying to build up to 1,000th issue this year, which is going to be like a big thing, because Superman 1000 came out last year. They're like, Superman 1000, comics everywhere! But then they're like, Detective Comics 1000, so they can like market it and sell out comics.
Okay, because
Money.
I was going to say, Marvel...
It's all about the money.
Marvel Comics, the issues are really kind of short.
Sure.
You can read them in like...
They
maybe
changed
2
that for a
hours.
while. When they rebooted, they went back to original numbering, so there was like Moon Knight number 605.
Yeah.
People don't like that.
And
But
this
yeah.
this one is like a book. This is like a legit book.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer it that way though. It gets you.
It's hard for new readers because it's intimidating. Like, how can I hop into a comic on the 500th issue?
It makes sense.
Whereas,
Yeah, I
issue number
understand
1
that.
is pretty good. And oftentimes, issue number 1s are half off at comic book
That's
stores.
one of the reasons why I understand DC kind of restarting the whole thing so many times.
Also, the continuity was a mess.
But it's still a mess. It's still confusing, and it still gets rid of any consequences in the story.
Yeah.
Charlie, would you like to talk about Stephanie Brown?
We got one more character we gotta get through, at least. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
We need another episode on Batman.
The last Batgirl / Robin / her name is Spoiler was Stephanie Brown. She was the daughter of a villain named Cluemaster, and her whole thing was like she didn't want to be.
She wanted to spoil the clues of Cluemaster.
Yeah, exactly. So
Very-
she became a superhero.
I think she's really awesome.
Yeah, she's extremely smart, like almost as smart as.
I just like
Tim
that
Drake.
she's got her own identity outside of just looking like a bat.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
that's
the other
exactly.
characters in this story do.
Didn't used to be like that. She was a
Right.
Batgirl for a while.
Oh.
And also a Robin.
Yeah, she was a Batgirl.
Oh.
She was a bat. That's
No.
that's the coolest thing.
No.
That's the coolest thing about Spoiler. She was a Batman. She was a Batgirl. She was a Robin, and she's also her own person. Spoiler.
Exactly. Yeah. But honestly, she's probably the worst fighter of all the teams. Like
She's not.
Yeah.
She's
comparatively,
She can hold her own, but like when she first started out, Tim Drake was like, "Yeah, we'll bring her aboard." Batman was not a fan. Batman, like when it comes to family members, he was not a fan of Stephanie Brown at first.
of course
at
not.
all.
No, he brought her on as a Robin just to get
Well,
Tim Drake
Pink
back.
isn't very
But
stealthy,
yeah,
to
like
be fair.
he completely used her. It was like one of the most deceiving things Bruce Wayne's done.
Let's make
when
her
it comes
Robin to
yeah.
get Tim Drake back.
I was say Pink isn't very stealthy, to be fair. So it's
like
not
a violet-y
doesn't
purple.
But
Well,
her outfit is on fleek. It's an adorable outfit.
Yes, it is. It's like
Like
it's,
if I were a female
like Spider-Gwen.
superhero, I would wear that.
I would wear that. Yeah.
it's
I
as
would have to-
trendy
Is
and
that weird to
fashionable as
say?
Spider-Gwen's
This
outfit.
is live.
What?
It's as trendy and fashionable as Spider-Gwen's
Absolutely, Spider-Gwen has a great outfit, and that one's arguably
outfit. About just as good. I
just
would say.
about just as good. About just. But yeah, but she's also an extremely fun character, and it's honestly, and in the old continuity, like the happy sunshine part of the Batman family. Like she was like she'd crack jokes and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was a good character.
And-
like,
and she
That's
also
like
has a-
always the. Go ahead.
She also has a relationship with Red Robin.
Tim Drake.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tim Drake.
Yes,
the
they did a
on
lot.
again, off again, more, which of course is more traumatizing issues.
Yeah,
for
at one point she died,
Tim.
but she got better.
and, as most,
Of course,
as most
of course
them
she
do.
gets better. No one's allowed to die.
It's like-
Counterpoint: Cassandra Crane has never died.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh,
Because she can't die. She's
Well, it's
too
like
good.
it's the funniest
She might
thing,
be
like,
able to beat Moon Knight.
I mean, that's my favorite thought. You guys know Robot Chicken, right? When
Yeah.
they had, I think it was Green Lantern's funeral in Robot Chicken, and Batman just stands up and he's like, "Why are we doing this? We all know that we're just gonna go to another universe or timeline and bring him back." And then it shows the back of the audience in the church.
And Green
And
Arrow's
Flash
there.
is sitting next to the new Green Arrow. Was it Green Arrow? Not
It was Green Arrow.
Okay, sorry. Flash is sitting next to the new Green Arrow. He's just like, "Hey." And Batman is just like, "This is ridiculous. Stop having funerals."
Why are we even mourning?
Superman, how many times have you died? A lot.
Coming soon, the death of Swamp Thing.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to
Death
make.
of characters are just a way to sell comics.
Yeah. It makes
Nowadays.
for interesting story. It's like
Used to
when
mean
it's like when
something.
Bane first broke Batman's back. Everyone was just like, he isn't invulnerable.
It partially caused a comic book crash. Because around the same time, Superman died, and then Batman's back got broken. People were like, they're killing our characters! and
thing
comic
is
book
true.
market crashed.
Yeah.
they have all these characters have so many interesting and cool little quirks about them and abilities that it would be devastating to kill them off because they're so cool, right? If it was just like a character that had some emotional thing that was important to the characters, it would be devastating, but they could probably kill them off and not worry. But there's also a ton of creativity that goes into what these characters can do. So it's horrible to kill them off, especially when they have so many fans. So it's actually, I would argue, impossible to kill off a good character from one of these comic books and not bring it back because it's a money thing. It's a money thing. You can't have those consequences because people will get upset. So...
Exactly, yeah.
It's
fans
just
get
a shame.
upset when you kill off their characters they like.
Shouldn't let the fans control what they do. We need to have consequences. We need to actually have a fear of death in these stories.
Well, I mean, technically there was.
I'll break out the soapboxes, guys.
Yeah, I mean, again, like with Jason, you had that lot, like 10, 11,000 people voting, let's kill him or not.
And then they brought him back.
Well, granted, it took like 40 years.
Yeah, but the way they did it was incredible, though. Like, again, Jason has a very intricate and possibly one of my favorite storylines as just a character in general. Like, resurrected by one of Batman's most feared and obviously one of the better villains, etc. And, you know, it just goes on. So, like, the way they did him was different than I think just, oh, he'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but he still came back. Okay, so...
But the important thing is all these characters have a very specific and unique relationship with the Batman, I think.
That's true, yes.
And depending on who's writing it, it's either a good relationship or a bad relationship. Because sometimes Batman's just an abusive jerk, other times he's a caring father. It just depends on how it's going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I think that we definitely need to do more episodes on Batman. We need to do one about his mental health and relationship with Alfred. We need to do... we could probably do a whole episode on that. And we should definitely do just more.
Yeah,
just more.
Naturally.
More.
But anyway,
I feel bad
we gotta wrap it up.
What's the next episode?
I feel bad that we weren't able to...
I'm going to recommend media first.
Oh, yeah, recommended media.
Recommended media first. If you want some more Batman, check out Batman Robin Eternal, or Batman Detective Comics by James Tynion VI, or Batman Under the Red Hood, the comic or the movie. Maxwell, any last words from you? Thank you for coming on, by the way.
Oh, no, thanks for having me. This was awesome. I can talk about Batman all day, but I just feel bad we weren't able to cover more of the Bat family.
You want to come back?
I would love to come back. That'd be awesome.
We'll talk about more Bat family one day.
I'd be awesome. Like, yeah, we still got plenty more to talk about. I know you don't want to talk about Batwing, but Batwing exists.
I mean, we can talk about Batwing.
We can talk about Lucius Fox either, too. Like, there's so many characters.
30 seconds.
It's impossible.
Calm down. We ran over before.
All right, I'll let the hosts take over.
Anyway, thank y'all for watching, guys. We love you all. Thank you for listening.
They could be watching.
Y'all are the best. Next week, our topic for Valentine's Day is going to be comic book romances. Ooh,
I'm not
gonna
ready
hate
for
it.
this
Don't
one.
talk about Tim and Spoiler. It's too heartbreaking.
Talking about Tim and Spoiler.
Oh, no.
And how. It's all good. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. This is Charlie Sandifer signing off.
Levi.